Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. By the way, I'm gonna be filming from this empty living room of mine until I move for the next couple days because honestly, the rest of my house is a disaster and this is really comfy. It's good lighting, it has a good setup for my camera. But in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about what I actually do for a living. Now, I know this is something that I kind of get asked, because people aren't really sure based on like my social media. For years, I've always posted about fitness stuff because that was my hobby, that was my passion. And kind of talking about your job isn't really interesting to me. Even though I am interested in that field, I didn't think that would necessarily be interesting to you guys. So, kind of the persona that a lot of people have of me is that I maybe work as a personal trainer in the fitness space. And while I am certified as a personal trainer, it just was never something I really pursued. I more so wanted to gain the knowledge for myself. And, I love sharing tips and advice just kind of for free, but actually being a personal trainer is just not really something that I ever wanted to do. Even though I have taken clients before, it was mostly just friends and just for fun. So what do I actually do? Right now, I'm just going to tell you guys what I'm doing. So I have my marketing agency and I have a couple higher end clients. So, one of my bigger clients is a supplement company and I am actually managing that entire marketing team and we do everything. So I built the website, I built their funnels, I do the email marketing, I strategize for the overall marketing, I hire in help, I oversee the social media, I oversee, basically the entire operation. I've actually been consulting on the business side as well, which has been really fun for me because I love like processes. I love setting up processes. I love setting up a business and always doing new things. So it's been really fun learning that. We've had a lot of hurdles in the supplement space. It's very challenging because you're seen as a high-risk business. Advertising is really hard. You have to use special verbiage. Getting merchant accounts is very hard. And it's been really cool learning about that. And then I have a couple other clients. I have like clothing stores and I do all full scope digital marketing. So we do graphic design, web design, photography, videography, email marketing, social media marketing, advertising. I mean, you name it, we do it. And it's super, super fun for me. What I do within the company is I more so connect with the clients, I strategize, and then I, decide who does what for it within my company for the specific clients. Another cool thing that I've done with a lot of my clients is I'm actually part owner in the businesses. So I take equity. And so that's like another revenue source. One of my clients, I'm actually 1/3 ownership in. So any of the marketing that we do, we get paid for it, but then we also get a percentage of every single sale. So I get 1/3 of all the sales. So this is a really cool system to set yourself up for success. Clients really like it because you have more of a buy-in into what you're doing. So because you're getting equity, you're most likely going to work a lot harder because you get a percentage of every sale. So you're going to work harder to get the sales for your clients. So that's really my bread and butter. But I want to tell you guys more about some other projects that I'm working on. So I have an invention that I created that I can't tell you guys about yet. I am still working on getting the patents all set up. I've taken on a partner, a wonderful lady named Kate Hunter, who I've worked with on some other stuff. And we're really excited to hopefully get this launched in 2019. I'm also recording music. So that's not really something that I really plan to make money on. It's more so like a fun thing, but you never know where it's going to take me. Another thing that I'm doing is I guess you could say I'm a social media influencer. So I'm obviously doing YouTube. I have a pretty decent sized social media following and I'm starting to grow that and really putting energy into that because honestly, like it is so fun for me. And a lot of these things are questions I get asked on the regular. So why not start doing that? So YouTube actually does, pay you money when you hit a certain level. So getting close to hitting that level where I actually make money on all the ads that are going to run on my channel. First, I foresee in the future possibly taking on brand deals, but only doing stuff that really aligns with something that I would actually want to tell you guys about. I don't need the money, so I'm never going to take on, brand deals that don't mesh with what I actually truly believe in. Only things I think you guys will actually enjoy. So that's another way that I make money. What else, you guys? There's so much. This is something that's really interesting about me. I don't know if you guys have ever taken the Myers-Briggs test, but I am an ENFPT, and on there it tells you like all about like your personality and all different aspects and relationships, work, life in general. And the one thing that really stood out to me was it said something like that my personality type, we never stick with one job. And the reason being is because we have way too many interests. We think everything is cool. We want to do everything. And that is totally me. And this actually was a hindrance to me in the past because I'd start doing one thing and I'll do another thing and I go over here and I never really master one thing at a time. So I'm getting better at focusing on one thing at a time, hiring help when I need it, and making sure that all systems are running smoothly. I always get tongue-tied when I talk. I also have like a sore throat, so my voice is a little weird. Another thing that I'm working on is I started a charity for autoimmune diseases. It's more so just a community right now. I felt like this was something that was really lacking in the autoimmune disease space. There's a lot of charities for specific autoimmune diseases, but most people have multiple. I actually have 8, and I will be putting out videos on my story and all 8 diseases that I have, and a lot more information on my charity as I start getting that really ramped up. I announced it a couple months ago. It's up there. There's people that are, engaged with it, but it's not something I put a lot of time into, and I need to pick that back up. That's obviously a nonprofit, so it's not something I make money on, but it also pertains to business, and I think it's interesting to talk about. But those are kind of all the things that I'm doing right now. So we have my marketing agency, my equity that I have with a couple of my clients, influencer marketing, YouTube down the road, music if I ever decide to make money off of that, and then my invention, which will be launching in 2019. So I've actually been investing a lot of money into that, not making any yet. And then my charity, which I'm never going to make a profit on, but it's just, the stuff that I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing. So now I wanted to kind of talk about like my past and kind of what led me to this place. So I've always had an entrepreneur spirit. I've always wanted to do my own thing. I don't really know where I got it from. Nobody in my life was an entrepreneur, or really that I knew of. So this kind of was just like born in me, I guess you could say. I've kind of always been like a black sheep. I like to do things on my own. I, do really well in jobs, but I get bored easily. I always think I can do better. I want to do it my own way. And so I've always known that having a job or climbing the career ladder was not going to be the end goal for me. But I always felt like the people in my life, past boyfriends, my parents, everyone just kind of told me like, no, Erica, you need to just climb the ladder and have a really good job. And I've had really good jobs. I've had jobs that made people really proud, but there was still something missing and I just wasn't happy. But I also wasn't confident enough in myself. I had way too much self-doubt that, I tried starting businesses. I'd build the websites, I'd make the business plan, but I never actually launched them. So in that, I failed. I think it was a lot of learning experiences, but I would say the number one thing that got me to actually like go forward with starting a business was personal development. And you may have heard this thrown around a lot, like you've got to start with personal development. And it sounds a little like, okay, I don't know, it sounds a little preachy, but honestly, when you start developing yourself as a person, when you start educating yourself, when you start getting that like, I don't know, ironclad like idea of who you are, and you start working on that stuff, you stop caring so much about what other people think. I think it also had to do with age. The older I get, the more confident I am in myself, the less I truly care about what other people think, and the more freaking balls I have, because I'm like, shoot, I'm 29 and I'm just now starting my business. And so I'm a little bit behind the curve, but everyone goes at their own pace. But, you know, I thought I'd be in a different place than I am now. So that was really motivating to me. Like, you know, you don't have a lot of time, Erica. Let's just freaking get this going. And F what everyone else says. They're all focused on themselves anyways. You know, people always think like, oh, everyone's watching me, everyone's judging me. But people really only care about themselves. They're not judging you as hard as you think. So just go out there and do your thing. Seriously. Um, so I kind of worked on that the last 2 years. I would say that really started about 2 years ago. And I started really, you know, educating myself on how to start a business, looking into other entrepreneurs, how they did it, watching YouTube videos, listening to motivational podcasts or, you know, entrepreneur podcasts. And then in December of last year, I decided to start my business and I started really working on that. And then I started taking on clients. I got better and better. You guys, I was not perfect by any means in the beginning, and you really don't need to be. But more videos on that later. I just kind of want to tell you guys what I do for a living because I know I get asked that a lot and maybe you guys are curious. So that is what I do for a living. I work from home right now. Perhaps one day I'll have an office. All of the people that are on my team work from home or from their own space. So it's really fun. It's like a completely internet-driven business. And so I love the freedom. I will say I work way more than I ever did at a job. I pretty much work all day, every day, but I love it because I'm doing my own thing. It's, you know, benefiting me. I'm not working my ass off for the same pay that I would get at a job if I was salary. The harder I work, the more money I make, the more happy clients I have, the more rewarding it is for me. So yeah, I kind of just do all of these things every day throughout my day, and I love it. And honestly, if I could say one thing to you guys, if you have any desire to start a business, just freaking do it. Like 2019, and I'll probably make a whole video on this. I know I did a rant on this on my Instagram, but stop being scared. Stop thinking that you need to know everything. You don't. If you have any questions, ask away. If you guys ever have any marketing questions, if you want to start a business and you're like, hey, Erica, where should I start? Hit me up, message me, comment. I always comment back on my YouTube comments. DM me on Instagram. I try to answer all of my DMs. I don't always do it the same day, but I eventually always get back to you guys. But it's been the most amazing ride. This last year of my life, starting my business, you know, going out on my own, I've seen more success than I've ever seen in my life. I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm more free, and it's just been the most amazing ride. And I know it's going to be a long journey, and I know there's going to be a lot more stuff, and I'm going to have a lot more to share with you guys. But yeah, so that's what I do. That's how I make a living. And that's how I spend all of my days. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And this is my 4th Vlogmas video. And if you're following along, I am doing a Vlogmas giveaway. I'm giving away $200 cash, gift cards, some other cool stuff. And as I always say, depending on how well this goes, depending on how giving I'm feeling, I may increase the cash giveaway. I may give away more stuff. I may choose more winners. So make sure to go watch my Vlogmas Day 1 video. It's at the very top of my YouTube channel, and you can see how you can enter and how you can win. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time. Yeah, so I don't know how to do this video.